Hey, I need you to hear me out. My name is not Patrice Cullors or any of the original founders of Black Lives Matter. I'm Jennifer Backstrom. I organized and led Black Lives Matter in Potsdam, New York. Now, I know that Patrice Cullors and others did some things with a lot of money that was given to them that shouldn't have been done. But I also know that when I called out for her in 2020 after I started Black Lives Matter Potsdam, New York, when I called out for Patrice Cullors and other Black Lives Matter founders, I didn't get a response. And I called out to them just for physical support, for anybody to just come to Potsdam, New York and help protest. Now, Potsdam, New York is in St. Lawrence County. St. Lawrence County is the biggest county in New York State, and by far one of the very most racist counties in New York State. So when I started Black Lives Matter Potsdam, New York, my intentions were to help make St. Lawrence County a safe, welcoming place for all. To get truth and justice for Black people in the North Country. And to hold the police accountable. Now, some community members, yes, they financially helped for the supplies that were needed for the over 300 events that were held in just a little over 1 year. And they helped financially to get me surveillance cameras put around my home because of the threats that I was getting. So, my son, Teron Evans Jr., moved to Potsdam, New York in June 2020. And I was definitely calling out law enforcement and many others in regards to their racism, corruption, and cover-ups. I was helping a lot of the Black folks there in the North Country to gain their voices in seeking justice, in seeking accountability, and telling their stories. And my son moved up there, and just months later, he was dead in the home of two police informants that claimed he unalived himself in their home. I know my son did not unalive himself. He was targeted, set up, and unalived to silence he and I. And because I have Black Lives Matter connected to the physical work that I was putting into Potsdam, New York, people don't care. Oh, why isn't Black Lives Matter helping you? This and that. Well, you tell me, because I've reached out many of times and they don't respond back. We know why. I know what my intentions were and still are, even though I do not lead Black Lives Matter Potsdam, New York. I have left that area since they killed my son. But I still return there because I will continue until I get truth and justice for mine. I need help with counsel and investigators. The New York State Attorney General will not investigate Teron's death. The NAACP, Ben Crump, the Civil Rights Department, Human Rights Department, FBI, nobody wants to touch it. Teron's case. Nobody wants to do anything. Even though The St. Lawrence County Sheriff's had an open file on my son's death more than 8 hours before my son's death or the 911 call. And they never had my son in their custody. So we know what they did to my son. But nobody wants to help because I organized and led Black Lives Matter Potsdam, New York, and had no connection to Patrisse Cullors or any of those people, and no support at all. So I could just imagine how many other people organized and led Black Lives Matter movements in their own little communities to truly help their communities and the Black people in their communities, and ended up targeted and can't get no help. Are you kidding me? I'm not Patrisse Cullors. I'm not any of those people who used people to get what they wanted. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into the community of Potsdam, New York, and the county of St. Lawrence in northern New York to try to truly help make change in that community, in that county, for Black folks. So if you care at all, please go to my link tree so that you can see the information on what happened to my son. And I hope you can find it in your heart to realize that everybody, we're not all the same. We're not. Some of us truly put our lives on the line just to help people out. Please help. I need answers. I need my son's death investigated. I need a team of counsel and investigators. So again, please go to my link tree for all the information on Tehran's case and find it in your heart to help, please. Thank you.